Hey, 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 how are you on this snowy day? Looking out my window here, it is coming down. I always think we had to take the day off. Oh, yeah, thanks, Dad, for commenting paint there. We will definitely send you more information on this for sure, for sure. Um, it's so unusual for us to have this much snow. We've opened a division in Calgary, and so they're talking to us about being minus 35, and I'm like, hee hee hee. And then we get this, and I'm like, but at least it's not 35 degrees below. This is only like 4 degrees, I think, below or something. I'm not sure, but damn, we're shoveling a lot. Anyway, I hope you're all staying safe out there and just really taking care of what you need to do. I always think that this is, the universe or God or whatever you believe in. It's their way of saying, take time off. You got to have a snow day. So we were unable to get to our job today. So we had a snow day for staff. And then my magnificent assistant, Megan, I felt like she was, it's not fair to her because she works remotely from home. And so driving to work was obviously no big deal for her, but I told her she had to take the day off. And so she is off work today as well. And apart from this, I've just been chilling and enjoying the weather. I went out for a drive. I love it, love it, love it. Anyway, this is a perfect time to talk about why painting inside in the winter is a great idea. There's this this common belief that we can't paint in the winter inside because you have to air everything out and get rid of all those fumes. And that's just not true anymore. With certain products, it may still be true. Like if you're using any really harsh oil-based products, which are really hard to find now, but they are out there and they are for specific reasons. Most paint now is VOC friendly. So that's our number one reason why it's okay to paint. And it's a great idea to paint inside in the winter. So for those of you who don't know what VOC stands for, it's the volatile organic compounds that are in paint. And so it used to be that paint was extremely toxic. And so you would get headaches from it and people would get sick and allergies would kick in and all of that sort of thing. And it was rather unpleasant to be locked in a room with those fumes, and you couldn't do it if birds were in the house because the birds would die. And so now with these products, it's just so much better than it ever used to be. And so I'm really encouraging people to do this, to really consider the fact that interior painting is a really great thing to do in the winter. And the first reason, of course, is this low VOC. There's a range of VOCs, so everything has to be below a certain percentage, and some of them are actually no VOC. But if you're getting a no VOC paint, make sure that the tint that is used in the paint is also low or no VOC. It should be, but not all of it is. And so you want to make sure if you're really going for that super low VOC, saturation, maybe it's harmony. If my son comes by, he knows the name of it. We don't use it all that often because it's a little bit more expensive, and there's always a pros and cons to each product that we use. But this product, hey Tone, yeah. What is the name of the product? Here's Tone. Here's my boy. What is the name of the product that is no VOC at Sherwin-Williams? Is it Harmony?
Harmony. So it's a zero VOC, zero emission. It is a product that is designed to work with people with severe allergies, pregnant women, and exotic birds. Birds can be in the room, painted.
Any birds, not just exotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as it absorbs the zero emission, as it absorbs chemicals and VOCs into the walls as well, so that if you have floors going down or whatever, it will absorb any of the glue that they might use, carpets, that kind of idea. So it keeps the VOCs in the room at a minimal.
Yeah. Well. So it actually gives your health yes. by using this product as well, which is really cool when you think that painting is actually not just about now putting color in your wall. With certain products, it actually improves the health of your space, which is pretty cool. I certainly like it. And one of the other things that, another reason why we want to paint inside in the winter is paint companies tend to be a little bit slower in the winter, so availability is better. You know, when we are scheduling outside in the summer, we have a really small window to protect people's investments. Like, that's how it's nice that the houses look pretty, but for me, the number one thing about painting is protecting the investment. And so when we think about it in terms like that, I see it as my responsibility to make sure as many homes get protected in the summer as possible. Inside, when we're painting, it's not really about protection, it's more about aesthetics. And so often companies will bump interior estimates to the bottom of the list because that protection of the investment is just more critical in our mind than the aesthetic part. Not saying the aesthetic part isn't important, because it truly is, and having you as a customer doing interior painting is definitely important to us as well. And we do some interior painting, but it is just more difficult for you to plan your life around it when that schedule is subject to change. Whereas if in the winter, barring a snowstorm, if we say we're going to be there on a Tuesday at 8 a.m., we will be there on the Tuesday at the 8 a.m. And so you can plan around that a little bit better. A third reason, do you want to cover off this one? Because you're here anyway.
The weather's horrible. Like, most people look outside, and Nanaimo anyways, or Vancouver Island, we are in Snowopolis.
Snowpocalypse?
Yes.
Okay.
We are in
He
the
just
middle
makes
of a
things up.
I do.
But he's not making this up. This is legit.
This is awesome. The weather's terrible. And so on exterior jobs, if it's any colder than 5 degrees or any more humidity than 70%, the paint has a high risk of failure. Now, when the paint fails, it'll flake and all that other stuff. So if you ask us to do it later in the season, there'll be no warranty, a good chance of failing.
Hang on a second. Are you talking about exterior painting right now?
Well, no, I'm saying why you don't want to paint interior weather.
Okay.
Wintertime is better for interior because you don't have any of these problems with weather issues.
Okay, well, hopefully you've been listening better than I was listening, because I caught in that. I was just like, what is he even talking about?
So the weather is worse in the wintertime, so it allows us to have more of that opportunity to get to the interiors of our home without things moving the schedule. For our exterior season, we are able to show up when we say we're going to show up, because that's what we like to do as a business. We are Monday to Friday 8 to 4, and when we tell you, we will be there. It is also a perfect opportunity to take a holiday and have your home painted and come back with a fresh new look. There's a lot of times we've had clients that have hired us, asked us to paint. They've gone away, left us a key. We've gone, painted. They've showed up to basically a brand new looking home. And so it's a nice surprise for them. It's kind of like a gift to themselves. So that's why it's nice to paint in the wintertime when the weather is nasty.
All right, so that was number 3. So the first one is the VOC. Second, it's better to for scheduling purposes. And the third, the weather's horrible. Go on holidays. We'll paint while you're gone, which is like fantastic. The fourth one is a lot of people suffer from SAD, seasonal affect disorder. And so winter can be really hard on us emotionally. So sometimes having that interior boost of color goes a long way for helping us survive the winter. I know by, February, end of January, beginning of February, I'm going crazy with all this gray weather, and I just want to start like stabbing people. But I don't, because that's against the law, and it's just mean. And so for me, I have a really hard time in the winter. So often what we will do is we will actually ourselves paint one of our walls in the house a new and fresh color, so that when I come into it, I'm like, this feels better. And, granted, most of my walls are white, but there are a couple of walls that have color in my house. And so sometimes we'll play around with that one this summer.
Black's not really a color, you know that, right?
That's only one wall, so stop it. So sometimes it's nice if because I have some color blocking in my wall. So yes, one of my walls is black. It's a chalkboard wall that people get to write on, which is kind of fun. But there's another wall. I came home and my staff had painted it blue. And I was like, okay, I know I have some color. And so it is a really good emotional boost to do some of that painting as well. And then the fifth one is, our summer, we can be so busy going out to barbecues and all of that sort of stuff, having those adventures. But inside, we tend to hibernate a little bit more, and that makes the walls even more important to us. But it also means that if you want to do the painting yourself as a winter project, you're able to do that because you're not being called out to go to another barbecue or go to the beach or go to someone's cabin or go to your own cabin or go fishing or doing any of those really great summer activities. If you're going to paint yourself, because you don't want to call us. I don't know why they wouldn't want to call us, but in case you didn't want to call us and do the work yourself, which truthfully is totally fine. We support people doing this all the time because we love painting. We think everybody should paint because I find it so rewarding, and we see those transformations that take place. So if you're doing it yourself, know that you don't have to give up those valuable summer days, those evenings, those weekends to do your painting. You can actually do it in the winter without killing you and your family and your birds. So that is another fantastic reason why you should paint in the winter. So those are the 5 reasons. 1,
the paint is low VOC or no VOC or 0 emissions, depending on the product.
Excellent. 2,
paint companies tend to be slower in the wintertime, so they can get to you faster and you don't have time to wait.
Yeah. 3,
is weather is better and more conducive to interior painting in the wintertime.
And you can go on a holiday and come back to a new house.
Yes.
4,
winter can be emotionally hard with all the gray, especially here on the wet coast. So it's nice to have a splash of color and change in your house so that you can be emotionally revamped for the start of spring.
Yes, we like that. And then number 5.
The summer months are consumed with doing outdoor adventures, barbecuing like I like to do, going to the river, lakes, swimming, going on boats, going to visit friends, all that other kind of stuff. So you don't really have the time to do it in the summertime. So the wintertime is a perfect time to paint your interior of home.
There you have it. So this is Tone, my boy. Hopefully by the end of the year, he will be a full partner in the company. So we are really excited. We've been working towards that for a couple of years now and just really trying to take our time so that he really understands what I have created with this company and how much we care for our customers and doing things right by them. And it is a process. It took me a long time to cultivate this company the way I wanted to, and so Tone is figuring out and bringing his own little special sauce to it and doing things his way as well, which in some areas is just better than what I could have imagined doing. So we are just such a fantastic team, and we're so excited to be here for you and to help you with this painting journey. So it's super cool. If you want to get access to what we've talked about right now, I do have a blog, and you can just write paint in the comments below, and you will be notified. You'll have your choice. It'll come through on your messenger, and you'll have choice about whether or not you want to be notified for the next Facebook Live we do, because we always do these little bits of tips. And if you, what else will they be notified of? There's a whole bunch of things. There'll be these tips and tricks. If you want a free estimate, if you type paint below, Megan will get in touch with you and we will set up a time where we can come and give you an estimate. And sometimes it's just allows you to do better budgeting for the year. And so, you know, it's not going to hurt our feelings if we do an estimate and you don't get the painting done for 6 months. Our estimate will still be valid and you'll still be able to use it. We're not going to say you have to use it in 30 days or the price will go up. That's a crock of crap. And so you are totally welcome to keep that. We have actually honored our estimates up to 3 years. We can't always do that, but when we can, we definitely do.
Another thing on that too is that sometimes people aren't always capable of doing all of the painting in their homes. So they've hired us to do, say, big high walls or just the brushwork where they don't want their husbands or wives to go up on ladders and do the risky stuff. So you can call us in and do that. So we can come in and do just the brushwork or just the high walls, make your life easier, and then give you tips and tricks along the way so that you can be more successful in painting the rest of your home that we're not painting, because we enjoy empowering people.
Yes, yes. We love that. And so that's it. Oh, and if you type in paint too, you'll also have the access to get a free color consultation if you're one of our clients. I've created this process that helps people pick and understand color. And so you are definitely able to book something like that. If you're one of our clients, we don't charge for it. It's just part of our working relationship with you. If you are not one of our clients, then we do actually charge for it. But Megan can get you all of the details on that if you want it done. It is a truly amazing system. If I do say so myself, I created it, but it really puts the power in your hands to pick the color that's going to work best for you, not the one I tell you you should like, but one that you actually truly like, so you can understand what you're getting and not be disappointed at the end of the job. So the people who actually apply this process has 100% success rate. The people who deviate from my process, oh, I can't control for that. Anyway, it's been great. I appreciate you taking this time to tune in and just, you know, we have so much love for our customers. Nanaimo has been truly great for us. For those of you who don't know, I was a single mom on welfare when I started this company. And Tone and I have been able to have this really great life. He's been able to travel for sporting events. We've been able to travel ourselves as a family. We've been able to really have this great life that I wouldn't have been able to have. And that is all due to our community, people like you who supported us, and we are truly, truly grateful for all of it. So thank you.
It also has allowed us to help other people in the community that need help.
Yeah.
We try to do once a year, we try to do an outreach program where we help people get a paid job, hospice, Boys and Girls Clubs, families in need. Because the community has been so good to us, we want to be able to give back to our community.
Yeah, that's a great point. So we love it. Thank you so much. So this is Tone. I'm Alison. And open up your house and let the sunshine in and give us a shout, type in paint, and we're happy to get in touch with you.